Hi everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres, and today we're going to have an unboxing. Now, as you may have guessed, this unboxing is something that we mentioned earlier as something that Santa brought us this year. It's a Haas Tools seed starting kit. And I have to say, we are impressed. Tape this closed to keep the cat from getting in. And now I have to figure out how to get the tape open, of course, again. Now, you might say, what is so big a deal? Well, I'll tell you what. I have owned a lot of seed starting kits over the years, and I was really impressed by this stuff. And as you may have guessed, having tried a million different things, I don't impress that easily. But what we wanted to share is what they have in it, because if you want to make an investment in seed starting equipment that is going to last you for years and years and years, this guy gets my vote. So I'll get the pieces out here. So we have a bottom tray. Now this is a real bottom tray. This has got some serious weight to it. It is not quite, I don't think, as heavy as the bottom trays that for the big, are they 168s? Yeah, I think that's what it is. But real darn close, super thick in comparison to the ones that come with regular starting kits that I have personally owned. I've had stuff from Jiffy Pots before. I have seen stuff from other companies. I have bought stuff before from Johnny's, and this is the heaviest stuff I've seen. So you have a bottom tray, and you have two smaller trays that fit nicely in here. There is a little room around them. Personally, that makes it easier to bottom water. If you have things that fit in tightly, you either have to leave a cell open if you want to bottom water, or you have to be willing to pick up something. And to be honest, like these are sturdy. When you pick up those other ones, usually you crack them. So I was very impressed by this. It also comes with a nice little collection of stakes that you can write labels on. It has the proper kind of garden marker. And this blue thing here is actually fertilizer. So it actually comes with some 20-20-20 so that you will have something to give them once they're big enough to need something. See what else we get in here. Seed starting mix. This is the kind we are currently using. It is Black Gold by SunGrow, and we love it. What I do when I'm ordering from Haas is I often throw one of these in, so that I always have a stock. And now that we're coming into spring and we're going to have to be thinking about this sort of stuff seriously, I'm definitely going to be picking up some more, because I think this gives me two unopened bags and one that's just got a couple of cups in it. And I don't want to run out right in the middle of things. I don't want to have to either try to go to a big box store and find some other seed starting mix, or have to sit there and sift out regular potting soil that's lumpy. And here's the final touch for the seed starting kit. It is a dome to go on top, but it is not just any dome. Honest to gosh, this is the sturdiest dome I have ever seen for seed starting. The ones that we have gotten before have always been flimsy, paper thin, kind of like the ones that you, like when you buy a container of lettuce leaves or something. That's how thick most of these things are. If I were to do this with them, they would totally fall apart. This, I'm not going to try and break it, but it's got some real stiffness to it. I mean, I can hold it up and it doesn't wobble in any direction. And it's got the nice little vents on the top so that you can make sure it doesn't overheat or anything like that. I'm loving it. I really am. I don't have to use this with just these trays that they have here. I can use it with any size trays that will fit in there. And I am really looking forward to that this spring. So this was something that Henry and I planned a long time ago, and Santa had brought it for us. We had talked about it, and we had seen, I think that Haas may have actually done a video that showed the seed setup. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure they did. And it was back before Christmas because we had time to order it in time for Christmas. And yeah, we even wrapped up the box and the whole thing, put a bow on it. Because it's fun. You know, we buy, as grown-ups with no children at home, we buy ourselves a lot of practical stuff for the holidays. It's not a sin to get underwear in our house for Christmas. It is, of course, if you're 5 years old and you'd really rather have Lego or something. But we don't have that problem here. So for us to get something like this is a big deal. We also have the larger setups from Haas, the big 168 trays. And my husband was very impressed by those when he saw those because he hadn't seen anything that good since he worked in a commercial greenhouse as a kid. They're sturdier than heck. They do not have domes available for them, but they do have the very heavy bottom trays. And that, again, has been a game changer for us. This kind of a tray we'll use for probably starting, tomatoes, peppers, any kind of brassicas, things like that. The 168s we really liked last year for starting onions. We also used it for a whole stack of perennials because we wanted to have a whole stack of perennials to add to our flower garden last year. And I grew, literally, I emptied entire packages of perennial seeds. So I did like a gazillion, and somewhere I've got it written down, it's obscene the number of plants I grew. I grew a million zinnias and stuff too, but I also grew a zillion Sweet Williams and I draw a blank. Rudbeckia, Black-Eyed Susan. These are going to be a whole nother game. You know, once you've got your seedlings up high enough, you can take the covers off. But what I like about having a cover that's got a little more height, a lot of covers that you get are short. They only come up about that far, and that's really good for when you're just trying to get the seeds to pop. But in our circumstance, we often like to keep them covered more, especially at night, for quite a while longer because we don't have a temperature control greenhouse. I mean, we have some control, but it's limited. And therefore, we want to keep these little guys warmer. So what we can do is, once they're up and out of the ground, we can let the cover be off during the day, but then at night, we can plop that guy back on there. And especially if we have a heat mat underneath, which we normally do use heat mats to start seedlings, that'll make all the difference in terms of keeping this whole thing warm. And then first thing in the morning, we take off the cover again. Once all the seedlings are up. So I hope you're as excited about this as I am. I am really looking forward to using this. I am very impressed by the sturdiness of it. I mean, this is going to last years. If I can make paper thin, rather flimsy stuff last years, you know, this is the kind of thing you could practically pass down to your kids. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And you will definitely be seeing it in use in the greenhouse. Hopefully not in the house. I'm trying to avoid starting anything in the house this year. I'm kind of done with the dirt and the cat and, you know, all that kind of stuff. She likes to do things like lay under the grow lights. So no, I'd rather not run grow lights and just keep them out in the greenhouse. So until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because obviously we're going to have a ton more going on. And this is a very exciting addition to our seed starting stuff. And I will definitely be showing you more of the other Haas tools that we have, the giant trays. And we'll talk about those too. These are similar in terms of the cell size to most starting trays. There are some that are smaller, there are some that are larger, but this is a pretty average size. I would say the bottom of it is 1.25 inches. So 1, 2, 3, almost 4 centimeters. So yeah, that's a pretty average size. The 168 trays are much smaller but deeper, and that's a whole different game. That's a whole different game with a kind of a whole different purpose. So until next time, bye.